Dave Campbell's Texas Football Instant Reactions presented by Chicken Express. I'm Ishmael Johnson. That's Matt Stepp. We just crowned our first champion in 3A, this one in Division 2. Gunter, 42-7 over the Poth Pirates. I mean, there's not much to talk about here, man. This was one of the most impressive two-way performances of the weekend so far. It might be, if we're talking two-way as far as a whole week, it's going to be hard to beat that.
Yeah. Gunter came in the game as a big favorite. Poth is making their first championship appearance since 1968.
Yep.
Gunter, fifth appearance since 2016, so they've been here, done that, and it showed. Gunter had the experience. They were the better team throughout the entire 48 minutes, and I thought the key was Gunter's defense. Poth is a run-heavy offense. Gunter was able to win first and second down consistently, put Poth in some long passing situations that they're not really comfortable in, and Poth hit a couple of them, but the majority of the time Gunter was able to get them off the field to get the offense going. A little bit of a slow start, but I thought after that second quarter, Gunter really got that machine going, and it was over. This game, the whole second half, it pretty much wasn't in doubt.
I was about to say, that pistol offense, Gunter runs, it could be explosive at times. Tonight it wasn't one of those nights where they needed to be that explosive. They were taking the 3-4 yards very early, and because they knew that's all they needed. And then, as you mentioned, it started off a little slow, but once they started to get those long, sustained drives, you saw Poth really wear down. A Poth defense that has been really good all year, right? Facing a team that just keeps coming at you, eventually just wore down the first half, and eventually, they didn't need to put on a huge show in the second half. They didn't continue to really pound on the points in the second half because the work was kind of done by the end of the second quarter.
It was pretty workmanlike. I thought the touchdown right before half, it was 14-0, and Gunter scores right there before halftime, makes it a 3-score game. You can kind of see the error, what was left in Poth's balloon kind of got let out, and then they didn't score to start. Poth got the ball to start the second half. Gunter gets a 3 and out, and it's pretty much church at that point.
Yep. Poth got their consolation score at the end, and let's end on a note for them. Obviously disappointing ending for them, but like you mentioned, first state championship appearance since the 60s. This is a program that we've always thought was on the cusp of something the past couple years, and finally getting through, right? We've seen teams have a performance like this and then come back stronger, right? It sometimes takes that first kind of punch in the mouth to be able to maybe overcome something later.
Yeah, Jeff Luna's done a great job down there at Poth, down there south of San Antonio. They've been a good team in Region 4 for several years, and they broke through this year and got to the state championship game. I think that Poth fans should be really excited about their ball club making it this far, and I think you're right. Next year, if they're able to make another run, if they get to this point, I think they'll be ready and much more ready to compete for a state championship, having played on this big stage.
Yep. Gunter fans got another one for the collection, so continue to celebrate that, and remember to stay tuned to TexasFootball.com, DCTF on Twitter. Keep it locked. We'll be here all week.